Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I know I haven't posted a video in a while, not since my last high score video last month. Now, I do want to apologize for that because normally I do full runs, and I just wasn't equipped that day. It kind of went on a whim, and really didn't expect to get 110,000 points. I am glad, though, that I did get a few clips of each score after Chapter 1, Chapter 2, beginning of Chapter 4, and the whole magician fight. So yeah, that really happened. That that score really happened that day. And um, if you don't believe me, go ahead and check. Go down to Go Kart World down in Carson. You'll see that score. Um, but the scary part being the scary part about that is I when I got that score at the end, I told myself I could have done better. I totally bonked on both hangman fights. And I'm not talking about 100, 200 points, a couple hundred points. I'm talking about like thousands of points. Like, I think my new score to beat is probably going to be around 112. That's a good goal. Like, before it was like, oh, I got to beat 106, but now it's like 112. It's like insane, unheard of. But the reason why I think I can do it is because, well, let's go back to 2003. 2003, I created my first guide for game facts, and soon after, I went back, started the next semester at school, and um, sure enough, scored 106,500, and haven't beat it since. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna rewrite this guide. I'm gonna rewrite it, revamp it, screenshots, new strats, better strats, correct scoring, the whole works. Everything that I've thought of this whole past 16 years, that's going into this new guide, and it's actually coming out really soon. So while that guide was still fresh in my head, I told myself, let's go on the same tangent as I did 16, 17 years ago, and let's just head to the arcade. Keep in mind, I haven't played since the summer, and I'm totally surprised I got 110. So, knowing that, I know I could reach at least 112. I'm pretty sure I could do it. I'm gonna do it with the full recording, full run. It's gonna go, in the record book. Now I know that score is gonna get beaten. By who? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Kaz or somebody. Someone really good at these gun shooting. I mean, Kaz is just everyone knows Kaz. I'm sure he'll beat my score. But you know what? I'm gonna try to beat my score, and hopefully sooner than later. I did do a breakdown of that 110 scene by scene, so I do know which ones I missed and which ones I didn't miss. I will create a video of that sometime in the future. Um, but for now, we're doing this first-person shooter mode. Like what you saw earlier, this is it's kind of an update. Actually, it is an update of the VR one I did earlier. Um, Basically, your cursor is stuck in the center, and your mouse or aim track, whatever you're using, is going to move the camera around to aim at each creature. Now, if you look in the description below, there is a download link if you haven't seen it already. I know a lot of people have been asking, where's the download link for the VR mode? So this is going to be it. This is the download. It's going to have these 3 files. It has README. Make sure you read the README. I didn't just write it for nothing. It has important stuff in there. Cursor is going to be where your crosshairs are. You need these crosshairs. It won't run without the crosshairs. You can try to run it without crosshairs. The code won't work. So you need at least crosshair.png. That'll be your essential one. That's the static crosshair that'll be on the screen. But if you notice on my video, or maybe you didn't notice, the crosshairs changed every time I took a shot. And there is a line of code that does that in this code. I mean, just cheat, whatever you want to call it. And I'll explain that later, but essentially, if you have 6 bullets, it'll show this one down to 0, which will show that until you reload. So let's quickly go into the README, because no one reads these READMEs. So, like any other script that I make, back up your old one, because you never want to lose that. There's probably codes and stuff that you saved or you used, or I don't know. Always create a backup. Once you do, either replace or place it into the scripts directory, depending on if you moved it or you just copied it over. I'll let you decide. Cursor is going to be that cursor folder. Put in the root directory of the game, and then if you want to make your own crosshair, this is what I was saying earlier. You need at least crosshair.png, 64 by 64 pixels. That's going to be what I set the code to run at. And if you want to use the dynamic 6-bullet one that I used, there is a line of code that you need to edit. Don't be scared. Open it in Notepad, or if you're on Windows 10, you could open it in CodeWriter. Line 24, there's going to be a line that looks exactly like this. Just edit that to remove the 2 hyphens, and that will put that 6-bullet crosshair in effect. But if for some reason that doesn't work out, or the game freezes out, or kicks you, boots you out, something's wrong with it, or you just like the static one, just put those 2 lines back. That'll comment out the line of code, and it won't run that anymore. So how do we run this? Like any other cheat, we're going to go under Game, Cheats and Options, FPS Mode on. So that will get the code running, and to enable it, once you're in the game, hit spacebar, and that will activate the code, or the first-person shooter mode. So you might have noticed I was taking attacks while I was playing. You won't be taking attacks. You will be invulnerable, because I don't want you to die on the first creature like I did, like an idiot. Like, it's kind of like dying on that first Goomba, right? Who dies on that first Goomba? Well, you won't, because you'll be invulnerable. But there is a line that you can disable. I won't say which, but once you reach that level, you can ask me, or you can figure it out on your own. You're just going to comment one of the lines out, not this one, not this line 24, but there's another line that you can comment out, and you'll be taking attacks again. So I'll let you figure that out. And this last thing here, this has to do with the speed. I'll let you play around with it, but basically the cursor won't stay in the center anymore. You'll get to see more outside of the on rails, quote unquote, but your cursor won't stay in the middle anymore. So that's a little drawback that you get. I'll let you mess with that. I won't mess with that here, but let's go ahead and try out the script. So go under Game, Cheats and Options, FPS Mode on. Now nothing's going to happen until you hit spacebar, and you'll probably notice right away that you can move around. So let's start a game. Careful, you might hear the roar. Okay, and start. So you'll notice the crosshair is the dynamic one. I have my settings set different. So a little caution, if you have motion sickness, don't play this for like an hour, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes at a time. Take a break, spare yourself the pain, and try it out. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not good. I can't talk and play at the same time. I'm horrible at that. And try it out. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. If there's something else I should add. Put it down there, down in the comments. Or if you just want to say, yeah, this is pretty cool. It worked for me. try it out. Tell someone else to try it out. Tell someone else to watch my videos, and tell them to subscribe. You know, I don't have many subscribers, but I don't really care. Um, one more would be nice. One not more would be okay, I guess. I don't know. Um, oh, come on. No, okay. But yeah, if you have subscribed, thank you. You know, I really appreciate that. You know, I try to get as much content as I can out when I have a chance. But, you know, I'm a busy guy, but you know, I'll try to do what I can. But I have a few videos on the way, so be patient, and they will be out there. And I think I'll leave it at that. And I'll see you on the next video.